Hey guys, before I begin the video, I just want to give a huge shout out to TFA page 101. For the last few years, he has been doing multiple reviews every single year this month for Autism Awareness Month. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave a little annotation thing somewhere up here. It'll take you directly to his channel, and you can stay tuned for all the awesome video reviews coming out from him for Autism Awareness Month. And me being someone with autism myself, TFA page 101, warms my heart to know that you're trying to get awareness out there, dude. Thank you very much. Keep doing what you do. Guys, please go over, give him a shout out, give him some love, and tell him TFA sent you. On to the video! Special shout out and a huge thank you to every one of my super TF addicts over on Patreon. Thank you!
TFA 1024, where your entertainment will be transformed. It's a universal war that never stops. Who will win? Decepticons or Autobots? It's a universal war that never stops. Who will win? Decepticons or Autobots? The battle rages on. It's war for Cybertron.
Oh, weep, grog, now weep, nitty bong, my fellow addicts. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, coming to you with yet another TFA review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Siege, Voyager class, Optimus Prime. And before I continue, I just want to thank Marvouls Prime, who's been a pretty phenomenal fan in the last few years I've known him. And without him, this would not be possible. So thank you very much, dude. Love this guy. He's good. That's the end of the video. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's not the end. I haven't even begun to gush about this thing. But before we take a look at Optimus Prime, let's go ahead and take a very quick look at the packaging in a different fashion that I'll try to do. So here's the front, here's the side, here's the other side, and here's the back of the box with your obligatory product shots, cross sales, product demonstrations, and more. And here we have Voyager class Optimus Prime in his vehicle mode. And there's not really too much to say about it other than he is a red and blue truck, very reminiscent of his Generation 1 counterpart, but Cybertronian. That's it. Now, without going too in-depth, I will say that there is a lot of very nice molding and painting detail throughout this whole figure, and it does really complement the vehicle mode. I particularly like the little splotches of, like, the little changes of metallic silver here for what will be, like, the thighs of the robot mode, as well as this little white strip right here for the vehicle mode. The metallic silver really complements this figure a lot, though. The molding detailing is quite possibly some of the best molding I've ever seen on a Transformers figure in the modern day and age. I think they've been doing a really good job. Hasbro's been knocking out of the park, and I'm really impressed and pleased with how well things have been doing for this franchise, for this brand specifically. And I look forward to seeing what else they have in store. Now, as you can see, he does have weapon storage. As always, it's ridiculous and silly as usual, but hey, it is what it is. And of course, the weapons are removable. They're just on 5mm peg-to-port connections, so you can take them out. And he does have a third mode, technically. He's not just a Cybertronian truck to robot mode, he has a hover mode. And John Warden at Hasbro even announced this, I think, during San Diego Comic-Con when he was revealed, that all you have to do is take these sections, and you can see right here there are two hinges, so just go ahead and rotate those downward. I'm trying to sandwich them just a little together so they don't, like, you know, bump into one another too bad, but... And flip these front wheels down. And you have Optimus Prime in a hover mode. I think that's cool. That's very reminiscent to the War for Cybertron game where all the characters had, like, hover forms and they were able to just, you know... So, he can't roll like... Well, I guess he can because those wheels are spinning, so he technically can roll. Make him look like he's hovering, so that's pretty cool. But, you know, obviously, he's a truck. He's meant to roll on wheels. And this wheel likes to fight me. I don't know why. There we go. But he can roll, because he has functioning wheels. So, hooray for rolling Cybertronian trucks. Now, for a very brief size comparison, here he is with the War for Cybertron Siege Battlemaster Firebolt. It's just a gun compared to a truck. What more do you expect? You can see there's all kinds of ports on Optimus as well, so there's a lot of playability for this. Here he is with the Decepticon Airstrike Patrol from the Micromaster line. Stormcloud and Whisper. So see how they look together. Here he is with a half of Cog, specifically Gasket, for a Scout class size comparison. Here he is with a Deluxe class size scale comparison with the Thrilling 30s Orion Pax. And here he is with a Voyager size scale comparison. Here he is with the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Megatron. You see how they scale together. And that gives me some War Within vibes. I don't know about you guys, but am I alone? Let me know in the comment section down below. But there you go. So there is that. Now, in the instructions, specifically his shield and ion blaster weapons are labeled with specific names, not just ion blaster and shield. But because this new toy line has been introducing a new playability thing called the combat system, that's C.O.M.B.A.T. system. And that stands for Cybertronian Omnifunctional Modular Battlefield Assault Tech System. Or, in TFA Page's words, mech tech, but not absolute crap. And specifically for Optimus Prime, his shield is known as the W-50 Dual Mech Energon Strike Shield, and his gun is known as the W-M3 RF Ion Blaster, which is very interesting. And I bring this up because Cog also had all of his parts labeled, and I completely forgot to look at the instructions, because when I get Transformers, I don't look at the instructions. I mess with them and then transform them and figure it out, but these instructions serve a purpose, so I figured it's best to point that out in the video review. However, unfortunately, I'm not going to be going through all of Cogs, so if you want like a video update thing, I'll leave like a little poll thing up here somewhere, I don't know where, and you can let me know down that way. But with size comparisons, detail talk, and everything out of the way, let's go ahead and get Optimus Prime from looking like this to revealing the Autobot leader within. And I'm just going to say it. This is quite possibly the best looking Generation 1 Optimus Prime we have ever gotten. Aside from the original, for those of you who enjoy that one, but this is it. This is a perfect modern rendition of Optimus. And a lot of people are kind of turned off by the whole Cybertronian aesthetic, even though he looked exactly like this in the G1 cartoon. I'm not. I would honestly even go far enough to say that this would be my stand-in for my G1 Optimus Prime for my Classics/Generations collection. I mean, it's not bad by any means. The vehicle mode isn't bad either. It just has an extra light bar, even though he's a semi, so it's like, doesn't really matter. That should have been pushed in a little more, my bad. But, yeah, this is a beautiful looking Optimus Prime. So, getting a brief look at the whole overall body. That beautiful head with those baby blues. Got some nice silver paint right there for the abs of the grill. Got that nice translucent chest right there with all kinds of molding mechanical detail. You got that silver battle damage because he's in war and it looks weird and I'm not crazy about it. So, nothing much at the thighs and the legs, but you do have some little silver bits at the feet. And that's pretty much it for paint-wise. Molding-wise, he's packed to the brim with molding detailing, from the shoulders to the arms to the legs. They even went about to mold his little arrows on his forearms. Right there. I would have liked it if those were picked out in yellow, just as a nice little reference to like a Masterpiece toy that I grew up with, the MP01. But hey, that's cool. I don't care. It's a beautiful looking Prime. Got that nice tamper-graphed Autobot insignia right there. You guys are probably wondering, you know, what are all these little like circular bits here for? Well, if you have the Battle Masters, which are Blowpipe, Fire Drive, and Lionizer, you can take their blast effect pieces and you can put them on War for Cybertron Siege Deluxes and Voyagers and Leaders to make them look like they're getting shot. I think that's pretty cool. It's very interesting for playability. I don't know if this counts as a combat system thing, but I mean, hey, if you want to do it, cool. Make him look like he's damaged, getting shot at. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Playability, that's always a good thing. Now, he can also hold his shield. He can hold it two different ways. He can hold it with the peg right here, but he's transformed... It's transformed into axe mode right now because, you know, shield's boring. You want to give him an Energon axe. But unfortunately, because it's not, you know, orange, they don't count it as an Energon axe. So it's just the Energon strike shield. And this is why it's called the strike shield. Now, I do know Toy Hacks and Reaper Labels made some sticker set for this Optimus Prime, and they actually gave him stickers for his axe, which I do appreciate. I'm not going to pick it up because I honestly kind of like the black axe a lot better. It looks really cool. And if I would even go further, I'd probably give this axe to Nemesis Prime, just because he also looks cool. And he can also hold his gun right there in his hand. Like so. So if you want to give him a cool battle pose, you can. That looks pretty cool. I just realized the camera was slightly off-center, so I do apologize for that. Also, spicing up the review area, because someone on Instagram suggested that, so here you go. That's all I can really do right now. Sorry. Anyway, articulation for Optimus Prime is quite standard, but also quite advanced. The head is on a mushroom peg / rotational joint. It can rotate 360 degrees. It can look up, but, you know, you got that little gap, so you don't want that. So you can look up that far, you can look down that far. The shoulders are on a rotational joint. They can go 360 degrees. The arms themselves, shoulders can rotate in and out with this little panel accommodating movement. The forearms are on a rotational joint. They will rotate 360 degrees, basically on a swivel. Elbows have a nice 90-degree knee bend, and he also has some wrist articulation, which is very nice. Normally this would be nothing at the waist, but he actually does have some waist movement, so 360-degree waist, which is very nice. The thighs are on a rotational joint. They can go up that high for a nice kick. They can go back that far. The knees are on a hinge, double hinge technically, and he can have a nice over 90-degree knee bend. Oh, also the thighs can swivel a little bit. Or the hips can swivel. The thighs, they can rotate 360 degrees, but that's mainly for transformation. And that whole thing just came undone on me. How dare you? Not while the camera's on, thank you. So you can rotate them 360 degrees. And the ankles are on a pivot. So if you want to get him to a cool battle stance, give him his gun. If you want to. You can get him in that iconic Optimus Prime pose, which is very nice. Now for this size comparison, I'm just going to stay focused on the little guys and a bunch of Optimus Primes. So here is Optimus next to the Battle Master Firebolt, Hot Rod's Target Master. Representing the Decepticon Micromaster Airstrike Patrol, here is Whisper. Representing the Scout class / Legends / Cyberverse class, here he is with little Mini Prime. If he will stand. Thank you. Representing Deluxe class, here is the Thrilling 30s Deluxe class Orion Pax, so you can see the evolution of character. And I think that looks really good. Representing the Voyagers from the Prime Wars trilogy, here is one of the Voyagers. Here is Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. He's so big he's not even able to get on. There we go. Here is the Titans Return Generation 2 Optimus Prime. I think that looks relatively good. Evolution from G1 to G2. I think that works. So there's that. And representing the leader class of the Prime Wars trilogy, here is Voyager class Siege Optimus Prime with the leader class Power of the Primes Optimus Prime. Oh, one more thing I forgot to show off. Here is this Optimus Prime next to the original 2006, I think, Classics Optimus Prime. And you can see what we got to what we have now. And again, this wins. So my overall thoughts on War for Cybertron Siege Optimus Prime is, honestly, he's so worth it. This is quite possibly the best rendition of a Generation 1 Optimus Prime we've ever got in figure form. While the Classics one was a very unique first attempt and giving us something a little different to the traditional cab truck with a trailer type design, Combiner Wars attempted the IDW design, which was very influenced from the Generation 1 design, and the Titans Return one came from the Generation 2 Optimus Prime design, as well as the Power of the Primes Optimus Prime that we got back in 2018? I can't remember stuff, sorry. And that was a good looking Generation 1 Optimus Prime. This is quite possibly your best bet to get a very accurate Generation 1 looking Optimus Prime. Because honestly, it works so well. Granted, it is not a Earth-designed Optimus Prime. It is based on Cybertron in his appearance in the More Than Meets the Eye 3-part miniseries premiere thing. When he showed up on Cybertron, you never saw him transform, but you had to assume, okay, he's going to have a Cybertronian form. But there is a way to make him work with an Earth-style Classics collection. I mean, honestly, it's really up to you. From my recommendation standpoint, I would definitely say pick this figure up. He is quite possibly, again, one of the best Optimus Primes we've ever got. He's a lot of fun to transform, he's a lot of fun to pose, he's a lot of fun to animate, and he just looks good standing next to other Classics figures, whether they be from the previous line, whether they be Generations, whatever the case may be, he looks good with any of them. And you can see right now, these guys are bowing down to him. They know he's superior. He is the one. He has the touch. He has the power. Yes! Okay, that joke's done. Sorry about that. But seriously, if you are a die-hard Transformers Generation 1 fan, then by all means, feel free to pick this guy up without hesitation. Because while he's not necessarily a necessity to your collection, he is a very fine, beautiful Optimus Prime to add to your Classics Autobots, as well as to start your War for Cybertron Siege collection. So pick him up if you want to, because I recommend, so you can decide. But that's pretty much all there is to say, my fellow addicts. Once again, a big shout out to Marvouls Prime for hooking me up with this guy back in late November? Early December? Whatever the case may be. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate him. I love him. He's fun, and I've taken good care of him. He's a lot of fun. I love him. Pick him up. Pick him up. He's amazing. But that's pretty much all there is to say, my fellow addicts. Before I go, I would just like to let you guys know that I do have a Patreon. If you want to be a super TF addict, by all means, feel free to hit the link down in the description down below. You'll go to patreon.com/TFA1024, where for just $1 a month, you can become a super TF addict and get your name at the very beginning as well as the very end of my most recent videos. And if you stuck all the way to the very end of this video, thank you very much. I hope you guys are noticing a little bit of change with these video reviews, and please continue to notice them because I am doing my best to trim time on these. But honestly, let's be real, this is my time length. But I'm going to try to get shorter and shorter so I can still have these be fun, informative, and entertaining for you guys. But with all that being said, my fellow addicts, that's pretty much all there is to say. So this has been the video review for the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Voyager class Optimus Prime. And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And please remember, my fellow addicts, until next time, to get addicted, stay addicted, and TF addicts for life! This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, rolling out!